The Lansing sophomores are coached by Scott Missy Cliff now serving for the Wildcats. Back to serve. What Wildcats? Stack checking back in for the Wildcats. Dresser back to serve.
Once in a while,
Point North Scott.
2, 1. Hello and welcome to North High School in Davenport. I'm J.W. Sedlecki with Family Ties Production to bring you Mississippi Athletic Conference volleyball action between North Scott Lancers and the host North High Wildcats. The Lancers come into this game tied for first in the conference with Bettendorf and Davenport Central at 3-0. The Lancers made it to the semifinals of the tournament they hosted last week, going 2-1 in pool play before losing in the semifinals to conference foe Bettendorf 25-22. For the Lancers, they are led by Emily Hemstone. She has 2.1 kills per game, as well as Carrie Killen with 1.5 kills per game. Those are two outside hitters that can really put the ball away for this Lancers ball club. But really the go-to player for North Scott is Ashley Shabillion. She's the all-around player, helping out in passing as well as blocking. Does a really fantastic job for their squad. For the Wildcat side, they are 1-2 in the MAC and are coming off a hard-fought victory in 5 sets against Muscatine. And for Davenport North, they are led by Brianne French, the senior, who's averaging 1.8 kills per game, as well as young sophomore Chloe Blink. She has 1.6 kills per game. And for French, she is one of 2 seniors on this ball club. Both teams are very young, so it should be some exciting action here at Davenport North. Stay tuned for that. But before we take a break, I'd like to thank for Family Ties Production wishes to thank our sponsors who help support our work and our broadcasts all season long. John Moore Photography of Bettendorf, one of the premier professional photographers in the Quad Cities and Midwest. Jeff's Car Corner of Davenport, located on 4th and Division Streets in Davenport, and named the Quad City Times Reader's Choice winner for Best Used Car Dealership in 2009 and 2010. Stone's Apple Barn of East Moline, where you can pick up your own apples during the fall season. Also look for pears, peaches, and plums. KALA-FM, owned and operated by St. Ambrose University in Davenport. North Scott Physical Therapy and Plaza Physical Therapy in Eldridge and Davenport. Eldridge Preschool and the Growing Tree Preschool in Eldridge and Davenport, owned by North Scott graduate Natalie Rolfs and Alyssa Herdit. Lindell Plumbing of Eldridge. Taco John's with locations at North Park Mall and 2816 West Locust Street in Davenport. Locally owned and operated, you get the bold, fresh, fast taste of West Mex, sorry. Nickelberry's Pizzas of Eldridge, owned and operated for the past 17 years by Eric Scherzer. Check out the latest pizza deals by shopping in. Commercial Printers in Eldridge, Steve's Auto Sales of McCausland. Be sure to check out the inventory of used vehicles at www.stevesautosales.biz. The Hair Hut of Eldridge. Tree Garden Pet Salon at Cumberland Square in Bettendorf. Coinier Financial Services of Davenport. So come on back and stay tuned for Davenport North and North Scott women's volleyball here for Family Ties Production.
Mississippi Athletic Conference rule that there is to be no sitting or standing in the first row of bleachers during indoor sporting events. We ask that all fans promote good sportsmanship. Please do not yell for families or taunt the opposing team, fans, or officials. Those yelling for families or taunting will be asked to leave the game. Please cheer for your team and not against the opposing team. Thank you. We'd also like to announce that Family Ties Productions is videotaping tonight's contest, and you can watch a replay of tonight's match on Mediacom Channel 95 at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, September 21st. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can have your attention, we are ready to begin our varsity match of the evening. At this time, we would like to introduce the non-starters for tonight's contest. The non-starters for the Lancers are number 2, Corinne Setzer. the non-starters for your Northside Wildcats. Number 4, Anna Brungy. 5, Mackenzie Bremerton. 8, Cheyenne Marks. Wearing 11, Emily Dahl. Number 16, Princess Brown. And now the starters for tonight's contest. For the North Scott Lancers. Number 3, Hannah Lindemann. 6, Erin Reed. 7, Anna Bofelli. Number 10, Tara Keelan. 12, Tara Gallenhorst. Number 13, Ashley Shamillion. And number 15, Abby Curley. And now the starting lineup for your Northside Wildcats. Wearing number 18, Brianna French. 7, Alyssa Gibson. 15, Michaela Walcott. 6, Chloe Blair. 10, Reagan Washburn. Number 17, Izzy Blair. And playing the rear, number 12, Alicia Jones. The Lancers are coached by Amy Schubert and assisted by Kenny Clark. Wildcats are coached by Amy Baker.
Hello and welcome back to North High School as the Wildcats are ready to take on the Lancers here in an MAC volleyball action showdown. And really, it seems like the height of this Lancer squad is really going to give the Wildcats some problems with a 6'4" and 2 other 6-footers on the front line for the Lancers. Let's see how the Wildcats respond. Starting to serve for the Lancers is going to be Anna Bofelli. Anna Bofelli, she's back to serve, and this is going to start up the action this evening. It is loud here in the Wildcats arena, and the crowd is really getting into it with a student section to my left. Bofelli with the serve. Nice pass up to the middle, but it goes into the net and can't be dug out by number 10, Reagan Washburn. So it's going to be point Lancers, and they're getting off here early. Serve receive is always important in volleyball. Let's see if the Wildcats can get a side out right here to start off the match. Lancers lead 1-0. Bofelli with the serve. Pass goes over the net and is tipped over and can't be controlled. There's a kill right there by number 13, Ashley Shabillion, and the Lancers are rolling here as the Wildcats can't get out of their first serve receive. 2-0 Lancers. And right now, if you're the Wildcats, you just need to take your time and set your feet and get a good pass off, because right now you don't want the Lancers to get too far ahead with this serve receive. So Shabali with the serve, and that one goes long. So Bofelli can't get it gets it going. Lancers up 2-1. So back to serve for the Wildcats is going to be Izzy Blick back to serve as the Wildcats' first server. Float serve over, pass to the middle, quick set to the middle for Shabillion, and she puts that one away. Point Lancers, and that's a great pass right there, and that starts up. When there's a great pass, you put that away for the kill, and Shabillion is 2 for 2 on the night so far in kills. So back to serve for the Lancers is number 3, Hannah Lindemann, and she serves up an ace. Point Lancers. So Lindemann with the ace, and the Lancers are now up 4-1. Lindemann with another good serve, but a pass up to the middle. Set goes back, and that one is going to be long from number 15, Michelle Walkup. And the Lancers are rolling right here as the Wildcats are struggling in serve receive, not really being able to get the ball up to the net to their setters. So Lindemann still back to serve for the Lancers with the jump float. French can't handle that one, and it's another ace for the Lancers, and the Wildcats really struggling in serve receive right now, not able to get their offense going. 6-1, the Lancers lead here early. So Lindemann back to serve on a 2-point run right here, and she puts that one into the net, and that's just what the Wildcats needed right there as they were struggling in serve receive. Checking in now for the Wildcats is going to be Emily Dole subbing in for the Wildcats, and she'll be back at the service line. So Dole back at the service line with the Wildcats trailing 2-6 here early on. Floats that one over. Pass up to the middle, and Shabillion gets another set, tips it right in the middle, and nobody can touch it. That's 3 kills for Shabillion right now, and she is rolling as well as the Lancers, leading 7-2. Checking into the game now for the Lancers is going to be number 11, Emily Hermiston, as she is going to be in the front row, and that's some of that height I was talking about earlier. Hermiston at 5'11". So back to serve now for the Lancers is going to be number 10, Carrie Keelan. Back set to French as she just rolls that one over. Nice pass by Keelan. Outside, big swing right there from the sub right in, and the Wildcats are struggling to get over that. A roll shot, dug up. Set goes to the back row, to the libero. Rolls it over the net, and it's a back and forth scramble right between two teams. As right there, number 6, Chloe Blick just rolls that one to the net, and the Lancers are rolling right now, up 8-2. Back to serve is Carrie Keelan for the Lancers, and really, Lancers doing everything right now as the Wildcats are struggling. Set goes outside, rolls it over the net, and Keelan with a nice pass. Back set, and a tip over, and a great defense shown right now by the Wildcats. French with the swing, and she hits that one long. Point Lancers, and really, Lancers aren't really doing anything wrong right now as the Wildcats are making a couple hitting errors as well as not able to really pass the ball off this Lancers good serve. So still back to serve for the Lancers is Keelan on a 2-point run right now. Keelan back to serve, nice pass right there, and a bump set. French is just gonna roll this one over, but it's a big block right there by number 11. Actually, by number 13, Ashley Shabillion. And right now, the Lancers can do no wrong behind Shabillion. Shabillion leading the way with 3 kills as well as a block. And the Lancers are up 10-2. The Wildcats really need to work on their serve receive, struggling right now. And also at the service line, maybe if they want to get back in this ball game, serve the Lancers a little tougher. So we're gonna keep it here, and the Lancers right now really just staying calm, doing a great job at the service line, getting 2 to 3 point runs, and that's always important. If you can get 2 to 3 point runs from the service line, you're doing something right, and really just getting the ball over the net and making the Wildcats work for points. That should be the plan from the Lancers. If you're the Wildcats, get a pass up to the net and let French or Alyssa Gibson, your two leading the 2 leaders in kill totals last game for these Wildcats, get an opportunity to put the ball away and get some momentum for your side. So we'll see how the Wildcats come out as they just got done with their timeout, trailing by 8 halfway through game number 1. Still back to serve at the service line for North Scott is going to be Carrie Keelan, and she's on a 3-point run right now. Let's see if North can ice her. Pass to the middle, set back outside, and just rolled over the net. Great dig right there, and it was set to the middle outside, and that's a huge kill by Emily Hermiston, and that is a great put away. What a great set right there by Hannah Lindemann, and Lindemann with a great set, and Hermiston with the kill. So back to serve still is Keelan with 11-2 to lead for the Lancers. Pass to the middle of that, and this is going to be a back set to French. French with the swing, and it is blocked, but kept alive by the Wildcats. Free ball comes over the net, and it's going to be a back set tip, blocked by the Wildcats. Then outside, and big swing again by Hermiston, and the Wildcats can't control it. Another kill for Hermiston. That's her second on the day. So the Lancers rolling here early, up 12-2, up 10 points, and now checking into the game for the Wildcats is going to be Cheyenne Hart subbing in for the Lancers, and hopefully she can, for the Wildcats rather, and hopefully she can help in the front row and put some balls away for the Wildcats, who are struggling to get out of serve receive here early. Killian with the serve, gets that one over, and it's a quick set to French. She just passes that one over. A free ball over to the Lancers, set outside to Hermiston, and Hermiston puts that one down, and that's her 3rd kill in a row. She is rolling, and the Lancers doing a great job off of those free balls that the Wildcats are serving up. Killian still back to serve, her 5th time back at the service line, really rolling for this Lancers ball club, up 13-2. Pass can't be controlled by Blick, and that's going to go down for a kill for the Lancers. So up 14-2 right now. The Wildcats really need to just focus on siding out and trying to put some swings together to get this Lancers offense off its rhythm. Blick with a nice pass up to the net. Outside, but tight to the net. French with a nice dig for the Wildcats. Roll shot over, and a block by Shabillion. Controlled by the Wildcats, another roll shot over, and that is a kill right there by Blick, putting that one right down the line. And maybe that's just what the Wildcats need right here to get back in this ballgame. Checking in is middle hitter for the Wildcats, Alyssa Gibson. She had 7 kills against their big 5-set win against Muscatine a week ago. So 13-4. The Wildcats are down with French back to serve. Killian with a pass up to the net, and that is put away by Blick. An overpass right there. And the Wildcats trying to get some momentum, coming back in this ball game. Down 4-14 right now. French back at the service line and trying to get the Wildcats going here. Killian with another, not the best of passes, and a French with another ace serve. So the Wildcats rolling here, down 9 early. French with the pass, good pass up to the net by the libero from the Lancers. Back set to Shabillion, and she hits that one in the net, and the Wildcats are on a 4-point run right here, trying to fight back into this ball game. The crowd trying to get behind them. The big student section to the left as French is rolling from the service line. Another ace serve for French, and really the Lancers backcourt is having trouble controlling this Wildcat serve. French with her 5 serves in a row to get the Wildcats only trailing by 7 right now, and Wildcats doing a great job from the service line, as well as when they have a good set, putting the ball away. That's big opportunities, as Blick really coming on strong, getting a couple kills, and as well as a nice block there for the Lancers. It seems like it's been all Shabillion and Keelan from the service line, and Shabillion blocking as well as getting some great kills. So the Lancers really need to just shake it off and get a good serve receive from French, and they'll be all right to stop this Wildcat run. And the Wildcats have a lot of momentum right now off of the great support they're getting from their fans. So what started early is seeming like this would be a quick first game. Doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, as the Wildcats are fighting back here early. French still back at the service line, has 4 aces right now, and is on a 5-point run for the Wildcats. French floats this one over, pass up to the net. It's going to go outside to Hermiston, and Hermiston gets the kill, and point for Lancers. That's her 4th kill of this ball game, and that's just what the Lancers needed after giving up 5 points to the Wildcats. Shabillion back to serve for the Lancers, up 15-7 here midway through game number 1. Pass up to the net, and this is going to be set outside to Gibson. Gibson with the arm swing, but that's going to go long. Gibson was looking for hands right there, just swinging long, but a point for the Lancers, playing good defense up at the net. Gibson has to swing high with that high block from the Lancers. So Lancers up 16-7 as Shabillion back to serve. Puts this one over the net, and it's going to be a free ball from the Wildcats. Pass up to the net, and this is going to go outside to Hermiston, and she puts that one down for her 5th kill. And Hermiston and Shabillion both in opposite side. Hermiston in the front right now and Shabillion in the back, but it seems like whoever's in the front row, that's where the ball is going to go, as the Lancers lead 17-7. Shabillion still back to serve. This is going to be her 3rd serve at the service line, as she is rolling right now, and that one goes wide, as I jinxed Shabillion right there. And the Wildcats are right in it, struggling to get back into it, down 8-17. Chloe Blick back to serve for the Wildcats. Pass up to the net, and that's going to go in the net, dug out by the Lancers. Free ball for the Wildcats. Set goes to the middle to Gibson, and she swings and puts that one away. Point Lancers. Great set right there from Emily Dole, as she knows that Gibson's in the game and can put the ball away. Wildcats down 9-17 as Blick still back to serve. Blick with the serve to the middle of the court. Pass and outside to Hermiston. Hermiston with a huge swing off of Allison Johns, Jones, and point for the Lancers is really Hermiston is the go-to girl for this Lancer ball club, putting another one away as the Lancers are now up 18-9. Checking into the ball game for North Scott is going to be Casey Gallenberger, as well as number 12, Carrie Gollinghorst. So Lancers up 18-9 right now. Wildcats struggling on serve receive. Pass this one over the net, so it's going to be a free ball for the Lancers. Set back to Gallenberger, and Gallenberger, the 6'4" right side, just puts that one right over the Wildcat block. So the Wildcats having a rough time in serve receive here in game number 1. Lancers up 19-9 and looking to close out game number 1. Serve goes to Blick. Set goes back and off of the referee as number 8, Cheyenne Hart, tried to get a handle on that one, but the Lancers are really serving well, and these Wildcats are having a tough time passing the ball. Blick with a nice pass to Dole outside, and that's one rolled over by Blick, and that's going to be a point for the Wildcats, down 20-10 right now, and looking to get any kind of momentum they can to get back in this ball game. Checking in for the Wildcats is number 10, Reagan Washburn. And Walkup checking back into for the Wildcats. Washburn back to serve with the Wildcats trailing 20-10. Washburn with a nice serve over the net. It's going to be bumped up and a free ball coming over for the Wildcats. This is going to go outside to Blick as she rolls this one over, and it just goes long. Point Lancers. Blick looking for that back end inbounds line for the Wildcats, rolling that one over, and it just goes long as number 15 Curling checks back in for the Lancers at the service line, with the Lancers leading 21-10. Short serve handled by Blick. Jump set to Gibson, and Gibson can't control it. Point for the Lancers, and they're up 22-10 right now, leading the way, and really the Wildcats looking for any kind of momentum they can take into game number 2, trailing here 22-10. If they could go on a 5 or 6 point run to end this game, to end game number 1, they would have a lot of momentum for game number 2. And really right now it just seems like the Lancers are doing a great job serve receive at serving, as well as handling the free balls coming over from Davenport North. And for Davenport, again, I've touched on this a couple times, but really need to work on their serve receive. If they can get their serve receive down, they have French as well as Gibson and Izzy Blick that can really put the ball away. If they can get it into setter Emily Dole's hands, they can make something happen. So right now they just need to focus on their serve receive and try to stop this tough Lancer serving team. So 22 is the score late here in game number 1, as back to serve is Curling for the Lancers, as she's been back at the service line. This is going to be her second serve. So with the float serve, with a nice pass from the Wildcats outside to Walkup, she just tips that one over, and it's going to be a point for the Wildcats. So the Wildcats trying to claw their way back into this ball game and get some momentum going into game number 2. Back to serve for the Wildcats is going to be Alicia Jones. Alicia Jones with the float serve. Pass goes up, and it's going to be a roll shot coming over right into the net, and point for the Wildcats. Anna Bofelli could not handle that one, the libero for the Lancers, as she didn't have the best of passes off service, even just rolled that one into the net. Lancers up 22-12, but the Wildcats are trying to come on strong into this ball game, and that serve goes long from Alicia Jones, and it's going to be point Lancers, 2 points away from taking game number 1. So Anna Bofelli, the libero for the Lancers, back to serve, seeing if she can end game number 1 here on a 2-point run. Bofelli back to serve. French can't handle it, and she's going to get called for a lift right there, and it's game point for the Lancers, up 24-12 here in game number 1. So Bofelli back to serve. It's 24-12. Nice pass from Glick. That's going to be swung on by Izzy Glick. Great. A free ball comes over to the net, and French can't handle it. She just rolls this one over as the Lancers control that. Outside, and a big swing right there, and this one's going to go over the net and down for a kill from Carrie Keelan, and that's going to be the end of game number 1. The Lancers win 25-12 and really handled the Wildcats there, and the Wildcats really need to just relax and take their time and really work on their serve receive. And for the Lancers, they just need to keep doing what they're doing a great job from the service line, as well as playing some phenomenal defense, having a handful of blocks there in game number 1. Some spotlight players in game number 1 was number 11 for the Lancers, Emily Hermiston. She had a half a dozen kills, as well as the middle blocker for the Lancers, number 13, Ashley Shabillion, who did a great job when the Lancers passed the ball well to get those quick sets in the middle, putting some great balls away, having about 3 or 4 kills in game number 1, as well as a couple key blocks for the Lancers. The Lancers handled game number 1, winning 25-12 for the Wildcats. For the Wildcats, serve receive was the problem, but a couple great swings by Alyssa Gibson, getting some kills from the middle, and Emily Dole did a phenomenal job of setting the ball off serve receive, running around the court and making some nice plays. And really seems like that the Wildcats will just have to take their time. The home floor, they got a great crowd out here tonight, really supporting them. But we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the second game of the evening as the Lancers win game number 1, 25-12. Welcome back to MAC volleyball action here for Family Video Productions here at Davenport North. The Lancers take game 1, 25-12, really controlling most of that first game, but the Wildcats did a great job of trying to come back in that game, only losing by 13 points, but really fought hard. And French did a great job at the service line for the Wildcats, but the Lancers were really tough to stop with a lot of height on that front line, with a couple girls that are 6 feet tall, and Gracie Kellenberg, who's 6'4". But starting up to serve for Davenport North is Alyssa Jones here in game number 2. Pass is going to be a free ball coming over the net to the Wildcats, but that's going to go out of bounds. Point for the Wildcats, and maybe that's just what they need to start off game number 2 to get some confidence, as Jones still back to serve for the Wildcats. Jones with the serve. Pass goes up, and it's going to be a tip over by Shabillion. Back, it's going to be a quick hit by French in the middle, and she puts that one away. A kill for the Wildcats, and Wildcats coming out looking like a completely different team here in game number 2, passing the ball well and getting French, the big hitter, going early on here in game number 2. So Jones still back to serve, floats this one deep, and it's going to be a back set to Shabillion. A big swing there, but a great dig. And free ball comes over as Shabillion blocks it, and another free ball is going to be coming over the net. It's going to be another free ball coming over, and it's going to set outside to Blick. Blick with the big swing, but dug up by the Lancers, and that's going to go down for a kill. The Lancers not able to control it. Point Wildcats, and they're up 3-0 early on here in game number 2. Jones still back at the service line for the Wildcats, and the Lancers struggling in service, not really getting the best passes up to the net right now. Shabillion with a great play to dig that one off out of the net, and a tip over from number 15, walk up outside to Blick, and she just rolls that one over, but that goes right into the net. A point for the Lancers, and they get on the board early on here in game number 2, trailing 3-1. Back to serve for the Lancers is going to be Lindemann, the sophomore setter. Jones controls it, and this is going to go outside to French. French with the big swing, but dug up, and they're going to quick back set and just a tip over the net by number 6, Aaron Mead. And Aaron Mead with a good call there as French was going up to block, just tipped that one over and down for the kill. Lancers trail 3-2. Aaron Mead, or rather Hannah Lindemann back to serve for the Lancers. Blick controls it, and this is going to be a quick set to Walk Up. Walk Up hits that one long, and the Lancers and the Wildcats are all tied up at 3. It seems like both teams are doing a great job at the service line, really here in game number 2, and when they get kill opportunities, definitely taking advantage of them. This serve goes deep, and it's going to be set outside to French. French with the big swing, but that one is going to be touched at the net, and a point for the Wildcats. So French gets on the board here in game number 2 with her first kill. Izzy Blick back to serve for the Wildcats, and they're up 4-3 here at home versus the North Scott Lancers. Ball goes into the net as Abby Curling can't control it, and that's a point for the Wildcats. Wildcats as Izzy Blick gets that kill. So Blick back to serve. Wildcats up 5-3, and that's going to be a lift called on Lindemann as she was jumping into the net and couldn't really control that one. Oh, rather they're going to call a net violation on the Wildcats. Point Lancers, so Lancers trail 5-4 or 4-5 early on here. So Hermiston, the go-to gal for this North Scott team, is back into the ball game for the Lancers. Keelan back to serve for the Lancers as well. And a big swing there by Gibson going off the Hannah Lindemann's head for the Lancers, and that was a big swing from Gibson, and maybe that's just what the Wildcats need to get back into this ball game, or to take game number 2. So Emily Dole back into the ball game for the Wildcats as they are up 6-4 here. Dole with a straight float serve, gets it over the net, and a back set to Hermiston, and that is blocked. And they're going to be, and the Wildcats are going to get the point are going to get called for the penalty as Shabillion went under the net. Shabillion getting up high there trying to get that block. So Dole back to serve with the Wildcats up 7-4. Set's going to go outside to Hermiston. That's going to go off the block as Bofelli couldn't control it off the block. That's going to be a lift call. Point Wildcats, and they're really rolling here, up 8-4. The Lancers struggling, playing some defense and not getting the same kind of swings they did in that first game. So Dole back at the service line. Bonofelli with a nice pass outside to Hermiston. She has a big swing and puts that one away for a kill. Hermiston, that's her second kill of this second game. Point Lancers. So 8-5, the Wildcats leading, as back to serve is Shabillion for the Lancers. Shabillion, known for her skills in the front row, has a pretty solid serve. Dole outside to Washburn, and that's going to go into the net and point for the Lancers. Lancers trailing 6-8 here early on in game number 2. Shabillion with the serve. That's going to be passed by Jones to Dole. Dole back set to French. She roll shots over, but a great dig right there from the Lancers. Free ball coming over the net for the Wildcats. Dole sets it outside to Gibson. And that's going to be a point for the Lancers as Gibson hits that one into the net. So Shabillion really on a nice roll here as the Lancers trail 7-8. The Wildcats doing a great job. Let's see if they can get a quick side out here and keep the lead. Jones with a nice pass up to Dole. Back set to French. She just tips this one over the net. And Hermiston with a nice play as this is set over by Lindemann. Outside to Gibson, and she just is going to pass this one over. Shabillion lets this one go out. And a point for the Lancers. And Lancers and Wildcats tied up at 8 here early on in game number 2. Shabillion at the service line with the float serve. This goes deep, and Jones has trouble corralling it. A free ball coming over the net, and Wildcats can't control it as the Lancers on a great run, 5-point run right here, up 9-8. So Shabillion gets the service spot from her coach and hits a really nice serve to Jones. This is going to be set up for Gibson. Kind of misses this one, but they're going to call it antenna as Gibson hit the antenna, and it's going to be a point for the Lancers. Good call there from the line judge, seeing the antenna moved, and it's going to be a point for the Lancers as they now have a 2-point lead, 10-8. Shabilian at the service line. Nice serve, and this is going to go outside to Gibson. Gibson with a nice little finesse shot into the middle of the court. Point for the Lancers. Or point for the Wildcats, rather, my apologies. So Wildcats trailing by a point here, 9-10, as French, one of two seniors, back at the service line for the Wildcats. Hinneman sets it up for Mead, and Mead with a nice little play there, and Hanneman controls it. It's going to go back row, and a big swing, but a great dig by French. Gibson goes up strong and hits this one off the antenna again. It's going to be a point for the Lancers. Checking into the game for the Lancers is going to be number 8, Lindsey Pulse, as well as number 16, Casey Kellenberger. Or Coops, sorry, back to serve for the Lancers. Back set to Gibson. Rolls this one over, but that's going to go long, and a point for the Lancers as they lead 12-9 here midway through game number 2, and the Wildcats are going to take a timeout as the Lancers were really on a roll right there. And Lancers started off this game kind of slow, but then worked their way back with a couple great passes and serve receive, and really started to put the ball away like they did in game number 1. For the Wildcats, got off to a great start, really serving the ball well as passing, and really Gibson and French when they had some opportunities to swing in the front row, got some great kills, but right now having some trouble really with serve receive, and the Lancers seem to kind of be doing what they did in game number 1, and that's getting on 3- and 2-point runs at the service line, and when that happens, a team can really get going. But a great game going on so far, 12-9, the Lancers lead, but Wildcats really into this ball game, and I feel like they took some great momentum from game number 1 on into game number 2, and really doing a fantastic job of hanging with this Lancer ball club, a team that is tied for first in the MAC at 3-0. They are tied with Davenport, or Bettendorf, as well as Davenport Central, and this Wildcat team is 1-2. Their only conference win was against Muscatine, but really a scrappy ball club. Can't count them out. Down by 3 points here. If they win this game, they're tied up at 1 apiece and really could go either way. So back to serve is Kupska for the Lancers, and that one goes into the net, and that's a point for the Wildcats as they trail by 2 right now. Gibson back at the service line for the Wildcats. Gibson with the high float serve, controlled by Bonafelli. This one's going to go back, but be stuffed by Blick, and a free ball comes over the net, and that's going to go long. Point for the Wildcats, and this is a back and forth ball game as the Wildcats trail by 1, 11-12 here, midway through game number 1. Gibson with the high float serve, and that's going to go long, and really the Wildcats seem to get on a roll, but are having trouble at the serve. A couple players are having trouble at the service line, and that kind of kills the rally for the Wildcats. Checking into the game for the Wildcats is going to be Emily Soy checking in for the Lancers. Or Abby Curling, sorry, I'm listening to the lady down on the floor and getting kind of the wrong information here. So a free ball comes over from the Wildcats as the Lancers control it. And this is going to be a joust at the net, which the Lancers have won. Set goes outside to Blick, but that is dug up by Dole. Free ball comes over for the Lancers, and this is going to go outside to Keelan as a great up from the Wildcats. Lancers scrambling to get this ball over the net. It's going to be a free ball coming over. Outside to Blick, and that's going to be dug up by Soy. What a great play there. Lancers get that one over, and they're scrappy as a tip comes over. Bonafelli controls it back to Kallenberger, and that one goes long or wide. Point for the Wildcats. A great rally right there from either side. Walkup into the game for the Wildcats, trailing by 1, 13-12. Serve goes tight to the net, joust at the net, and the Wildcats, wow, what a great out by Bonafelli, keeping that ball alive. Walk up with the set over to Blick, and outside, a tip goes over, just makes it over the net, and that's gonna go down. Nice kill right there by Gollinghorst for the Lancers, as the Lancers regain a 2-point lead, 14-12. So Bonafelli back at the service line. The libero for the Lancers doing a great job playing defensively, making some fantastic digs in the back row for this Lancer ball club. A free ball comes over the net, and the setter is out. Bonafelli sends over a free ball to the Wildcats. Outside to Blick, and that's going to get tooled off the block. Kill for Blick and point for the Wildcats. Wildcats trail 13-14. Jones, the libero for this Wildcat ball club, back at the service line. Soy controls it, and set goes up to Kallenberg, and she just tips it right to the middle, and a point for the Lancers. Checking back into the game for the Lancers is going to be number 6, Aaron Mead, as well as sophomore setter Hannah Lindemann. So Lindemann back at the service line with a jump float. Gets this one over. Jones controls it outside to French with a big swing. Cross court kill for French. For Frank, rather.
Gibson back in for the Wildcats.
Gibson checking back in for the Wildcats. The middle slash outside hitter does a great job getting her a high arm swing and getting some good kills for this Wildcat ball club. Blick back to serve. Hanneman with a good idea, just putting that one over the net, and that's, or Lindemann rather, with a great job right there, just putting that one over the net, catching the defense off guard for a point for the Lancers. Keelan back to serve for the Lancers, up 16-14 midway through game number 2 here at Davenport North High School. That one hangs on the net and falls on the Lancers side, so that's going to be a point for the Wildcats, as Keelan really wanted that low line drive to get over the net, but just didn't happen. So Dahl back to serve for the Wildcats as walk-up checks out. Wildcats trailing by a point here, 15-16. Dahl with the serve. Bonafelli with a pass up to Lindemann. Back row swing and a great dig right there from Dahl. Gibson with a big swing and Bonafelli with a one-handed dig. Tip goes over the net, and French is called for a double hit as number 11, Emily Hermiston, is going to get the kill. So back to serve for the Lancers, up 17-15 is going to be number 10, still back there, Carrie Killian. Or no, rather, sorry, it's going to be Ashley Shabilian back to serve for the Lancers. Frank with a nice pass to the net. Gibson is going to just roll this one over. Shabilian with a pass up to the net to Lindemann. Outside to Hermston, and that's going to go out. Almost being touched by Jones, but no call. Point for the Wildcats. French back to serve for the Wildcats, trailing by a point late here in game number 2, 16-17. Lindemann gets that one and just puts it up high. Can't be controlled by French. Point Lancers. Aaron Mead with a great swing from the right side right there, putting that ball away. Lancers lead 18-16.
Chupka checking back in for the Lancers. Also Kallenberger, Chupka serving.
Casey Kallenberger back in, as well as Regan Kusbuka back to serve for the Lancers. Just a free ball comes over the net from the Wildcats. Kusbuka sets it outside to Hermiston, and she just skies up there and hits that one over. Point Lancers is Hermiston. That little one looked tight to the net, but just tapped that one over for a kill. Lancers up 3 here, 19-16 late here in game number 1, and the Lancers really looking to shut down the Wildcats as they had an early surge early on here in game number 2, but ever since it's been pretty much back and forth, no lead getting over 2 points as that serve goes out of bounds on a point for the Wildcats. Wildcats trailing 17-19 right now as Gibson's back to serve for the Wildcats. Gibson, high float serve goes over. Pass up to Kuzbuka, and this one goes back to Hermiston, and Hermiston puts that one away. Point Lancers. So 2017, the Lancers looking to shut the door here in game number 2 as Soy is ready to check back in for Hermiston for the Lancers.
Curling coming in for the Lancers, and we'll be back to serve.
Curling back into the Lancers. Check that for the Lancers. Curling with the float serve deep. Controlled by Dahl. Outside to Blick. Curling with a nice pass up. That's going to go outside and a big swing right there, but a great dig by Jones. Free ball over the net, controlled by Curling. It's all over the place, and really a great rally right here from both sides. Roll shot over the net. Lancers control it up to the net, and a tip, and that one's going to go out of bounds as Gollinghorst couldn't really control that one, and a point for the Wildcats. Is a great rally from both sides right there. Walk up in for the Wildcats.
Washburn back to serve.
So Washburn back to serve for the Wildcats, down 2 points, 18-20. Set back to Gollinghorst. She just tips that one over, and a tip over from the Wildcats. And the Wildcats control is walk up with a big swing, but Curling is there for the dig. And a big swing right there from number 10, Carrie Keelan, and a point for the Lancers as they lead 21-18 late here in game number 2. You can hear the Wildcats faithful trying to get their team to come back in this ball game as they trail 21-18, and Bonafelli is back to serve for the Lancers. Outside to walk up as she tips that one over, and the Lancers do a great job of getting it over the net, but it goes out of bounds, and a point for the Wildcats. Jones back to serve now for the Wildcats. Over the net, Curling controls it, and a tip over the net, and another tip over the net. A kill by Keelan as Shabilian couldn't really get that first one, but the second time, Keelan was there for the kill. Seems like there might be a call that's in the net. The two head referees are discussing the call, but right now, no official word, and it's going to be over the net. So that was not Keelan's ball. 2 touches. It has not yet crossed the Wildcats side, so that's an illegal touch from Keelan. Point for the Wildcats as they're down now 19-21 late here in game number 2 as Curling lets that one go by, and that's going to be a kill for Jones. Point for the Wildcats as they're only trailing one now, 20-21. Jones back at the service line with her float serve. This one's going to go long and wide. Point for the Lancers, and Jones, after a great serve, just hit that one long, and the Lancers are going to be up now 22-21. Lindemann back in for the Lancers, and Lindemann is back to serve for the Lancers. And Aaron Mead also back into the game for the Lancers. Lindemann with a great serve right down the line. This one's going to go outside to French. French rolls it over, but Lindemann is there. Outside swing right there. It's going to be a free ball coming over from the Wildcats. Bonafelli with a great pass up to Lindemann. A quick pass, a quick set over to Sheboygan, and the Wildcats get the point, but the Lancer faithful are trying to say that French was over the net there and not letting Sheboygan able to play that ball. So Blick back to serve for the Wildcats. We're all tied up at 22 apiece here late in game number 2. Set to the middle to Shabilian, and Shabilian with the kill. Lancers just what they needed, a perfect pass to the setter and a kill from their middle, Shabilian. Checking in for the Lancers is Hermiston, and back to serve now for the Lancers is going to be Keelan. French with a nice pass, and she's going to set to walk up, and she tools that off the block, and we're tied up at 23 apiece for how